the young, and the restless spoilers. Kyle Abbott was at a crossroads in his life, struggling with the complexities of his current relationship with Claire. Despite his efforts to maintain a semblance of normalcy, the disdain and rejection from the Newman family, particularly Victoria, had taken a toll on him. He couldn't understand what he had done wrong to be met with such animosity, especially when all he wanted was to be with Claire. Claire, on the other hand, had been distant and indifferent. Her lack of support and emotional investment in their relationship left Kyle feeling abandoned. It wasn't just her tepid affection that troubled him, her disinterest in his son, Harrison, was particularly disheartening. Harrison deserved a loving and attentive presence, and Claire's detachment only deepened Kyle's disappointment. Amid this turmoil, a spark had ignited between Kyle and Audra. This unexpected connection had stirred the pot, leaving fans of the couple in an uproar. The audience wanted nothing more than for Kyle and Claire to find their way back to each other. They shared so much in common, and it seemed cruel to see their love being torn apart. But one fateful night, the burgeoning tension between Kyle and Claire reached a breaking point. Kyle and Audra shared a passionate evening, succumbing to the chemistry that had been simmering between them. Their night together was intense and undeniable, culminating in them spending the night at a hotel. The next morning, as Kyle exited the hotel with Audra, he was met with a chilling sight. Claire was standing nearby, her expression cold and unreadable. She had witnessed everything, and her reaction was not one of the sweet, forgiving girl Kyle had known. Instead, she wore a mask of icy detachment, a transformation that sent shivers down his spine. This new demeanor of Claire was the result of Jordan's influence, teaching her to guard her heart and assert her strength. Kyle couldn't help but feel a pang of fear and regret as he watched Claire walk away, her stride confident and unyielding. This wasn't the Claire he thought he knew, this was a woman who had learned not to let herself be hurt anymore. For Claire, the sight of Kyle and Audra together was the final straw. She had been contemplating her position in this ambiguous relationship for some time, and now the decision was clear. She refused to be a pawn in Kyle's life, a mere amusement in his world of uncertainty. Claire was ready to move on, to find a life where she wouldn't be second-guessing her worth or her partner's fidelity. Kyle was left in a state of turmoil. His actions had consequences he hadn't fully anticipated, and the realization hit him hard. He had lost Claire, the woman he had once hoped to build a future with. And as much as he enjoyed the brief escape with Audra, it was clear that his indiscretion had cost him dearly. The fallout was swift and brutal. The fans who had rooted for Kyle and Claire were divided. Some were furious with Kyle for his betrayal, while others believed that Claire deserved better all along. The Newman family's disapproval now seemed justified in the eyes of many, adding another layer of complexity to Kyle's already strained existence. Audra, despite the passionate night she shared with Kyle, knew that their fling was just that, a momentary lapse rather than the start of something profound. She moved on with her life, leaving Kyle to pick up the pieces of his shattered relationship with Claire. As for Claire, she embraced her newfound independence with a determination that surprised even her. She refused to look back, to dwell on what might have been. Instead, she focused on her own happiness, her own future. The cold, distant Claire that Kyle saw walking away was not a permanent change, but a necessary armor to protect her heart as she healed and moved forward. Kyle's journey was now one of redemption and self-reflection. He had to come to terms with his mistakes, to understand why he had allowed himself to stray, and to find a way to become a better man for his son, Harrison. The road ahead was uncertain, filled with challenges and opportunities for growth. The story of Kyle, Claire, and Audra was a stark reminder of the complexities of love and the consequences of our actions. It was a tale that resonated with many, showing that even in the darkest of times, there is always a chance for redemption and a new beginning. And for Kyle, the journey to find that new beginning was just beginning.